So just to jump right into this one though, today I wanted to talk to you guys about reviews, right? Because reviews are super important. It gives that trust factor to your business, right? But I've seen a lot of people asking, how do you get reviews when you're a brand new company? Okay. So if you just started your business, I'm going to give you guys 3 ways that you can get some reviews if you're brand new and you haven't worked with anybody yet, right? So the very first thing that you could do is offer to do work for free in exchange for a review. Okay, so that would be your currency. And if you don't have any experience under your belt, this is good for you anyway, because you may need to work on your processes. You may need to perfect your craft. Like, there's a lot that may still need to go into that. So this could be a good training period for you. And again, make sure that it's clear that you're doing it in exchange for the review itself. And some people are like, I don't want to work for free, blah, blah, blah. I understand that. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But if you are just super staunch about, no, I don't want to do that, I want to make sure I get paid, then whatever you would charge for this particular service, just make sure you knock off a significant amount of the price, and don't be charging professional prices for newbie work. You know what I'm saying? So just make it make sense if you do that. So that's the first thing, offer to do work for free or at a very discounted price, right? In exchange for the review. Make sure that that's clear, that that's why you're doing it that way. All right. Next thing is a character review. So even if you don't have somebody to say, hey, this person did this job, let's say you are a blogger, you write blog posts for people, right? And you haven't done that work yet. You can have other people that are close to you that you may have worked with either in a professional setting or who are familiar with your blogging or your writing skills, and have them do an actual character review. So you're not going to title it character review on your site or anything, but literally just ask them, hey, would you mind, writing a review for me, because I'm trying to get this business off the ground and I haven't worked with anybody just yet, but I need something to put out there to, show some good social currency for me, and the reviews to help do that, right? So you can just have them write a review about, just you being trustworthy, you being dependable, you having good writing skills, or, whatever it relates to that your actual job is. Okay. People want to know that you are trustworthy and that you're not going to ghost them and run off with their money, or that you have no clue, what you're doing. They want to know that somebody can vouch for you pretty much. And if you want to ask the person to write you a review, you can do that. Some people are very busy and they might ask you to write the review of what you would like them to say, but send it to them and then they'll sign off on it and or make any changes that they want to and send it back to you. So keep that in mind, that if you ask somebody, they might say, hey, let me know what you would say and then send it over to me so I can take a look at it. So just be prepared for that as well. And the third thing is not necessarily to get a review on your site, but to create a portfolio of your work. So again, anything that you're doing, do some samples. You have time. If you don't have a client, go ahead and, again, perfect your craft. So let's say you create social media posts. Go into a software like Canva and start playing around with it. Start actually creating posts, create templates, or use theirs and play around with it. Start doing some research on whatever industry you're going to do posts for, so you can start figuring out how you would word the posts in the graphic and how you would word it in the snippet that you would write underneath the post. Again, if you're a blogger, start your own blog. So that a lot of the times when you're doing a service business for somebody, your actual business front is like an advertisement for you. So make sure you keep that good, and if you can't be the one keeping it up, you may want to hire somebody else to help you with certain things of your business so that, you can make sure everything looks good, because some people may judge how your services would be based on how your business appears. And I'm not saying you have to have like a fancy website and everything, but you just need to be mindful of your business presence. Okay. So you can do this in a couple ways. You can either create a few samples. So again, if you're going to be like writing something, maybe you create a couple writing samples and then keep them in a folder on your computer or even your phone, however you want to do it. And then when you speak to a potential client, if they're asking about your work, or you can just offer, then you have those samples ready to send them so that they can see what type of writing style you have. Okay. Another way to do your portfolio is if you have a website, once you've created either a writing sample or some posts, it depends on what your business is, you can actually have a portfolio page on your website and have it right there. That way they'll have something that they can go and look at to kind of take a look and see what your work looks like. And if it's aligned with what they're looking for, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. So that's what I have for you. Either do the work for free or at a discounted price, have somebody who can vouch for you do a character review for you, or portfolio. So have some samples ready or a portfolio on your website. And just remember, when it comes to reviews in general, it is hard to get. So if you have this thing in place, that's why I said if you do free work for somebody in exchange for one, make sure that that's clear so that they can be prepared to do that right away once you submit the work to them. Because when you actually start working with people get busy, and they're in their businesses and their lives. And so it's not that they don't want to give you one. I've had cases where people, when I initially said, hey, can you write a review for me? We've been working together for a while, blah, blah, blah. They were like, oh, yeah, definitely. I can do that for you, But I may have had to follow up with them a couple times. And it wasn't because they were trying to ghost me or because I was obviously still working for them, but they just get busy. So you do have to be persistent with that. And you want to do that. When you do work for people, as soon as you, as soon as you're done completing the assignment with them and they're happy and they say, oh, this looks really good, thank you, this really saved me all this time, or blah, 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 that's when you want to catch them right away and say, hey, you know what, I appreciate that. Would you mind doing a review for me? You can ask them to do a video review. You can ask them to just send you an email. If you have a place on your website or your social media page, send them the link and just say, hey, would you mind getting giving me a review? This will help me to get more clients in the future. And if you did good work for them and you just did it and they're in that stage of, man, this person really saved me, they're going to, be happy to do that right away. And it'll be fresh on their mind, what type of work you've done for them so that they can prepare the review because they know how they feel like right now, So that's a good time to catch people. If it's somebody that you have an ongoing relationship with, like you're doing blogs for them every week or every month or social media and it's ongoing, then you can wait a little bit of time before you ask. But if it's like some one-off stuff, like maybe you just imported some contacts into their new email provider or, something like that, that's one-off, make sure you catch them right after, right when they're saying, okay, thank you, this is really good, I like it. That's when you want to try to catch them to get those reviews. But that's the business tip that I have for today, and I will be coming up with some more information that I think will be helpful or questions that people are asking. So at this time, you guys have a good day or night whenever you listen to this, and stay blessed, and I'll talk to you when I do. Salam.